Well, a doctor from Guthrie recently embarked on a trip overseas, bringing modern technology and training surrounding breast cancer detection to a community there in desperate need.
In the first installment of her three-part exclusive series, WENY's Isabel Garcia introduces you to Dr. Geneva Ballard before her flight to Ethiopia to learn about the mission. Take a look.
Dr. Geneva Ballard is the chief of breast imaging at Guthrie, where she's worked for 7 years. With a passion for global health, this January, Dr. Ballard was preparing to head out on a journey which would take her nearly 7,000 miles away to Ethiopia.
I will be traveling to Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, to teach in their first ever breast imaging fellowship program out of the St. Paul Hospital. There are a handful of radiologists in Ethiopia who know something about breast imaging, but no one who's been formally trained until now.
Dr. Ballard tells me breast cancer is among the leading cause of cancer-related deaths among women in Ethiopia. Much of this is because it's often detected in later stages.
They do not have a screening program at all like we're used to here, so nobody is getting annual screening or biannual screening at all. They're just in the very, very earliest stages of getting that program off the ground. And largely, they haven't been able to offer screening because they haven't really had a lot of treatment options for early cancer.
She found the mission after discovering a nonprofit organization called RadAid International, which provides radiology services in developing countries.
2/3 of the world lacks radiology, which are the medical images like X-ray, ultrasound, mammography, and MRI for fighting cancer, infections, and heart disease.
On her own accord, Dr. Ballard reached out via social media to other medical professionals in the field to collect donations for the trip. The response, she tells me, overwhelming.
I was hoping to have, somewhere between 10 and 12 biopsy devices to be able to take with me so that I could do biopsies there, but I ended up with over 140.
Hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of medical equipment Dr. Ballard would be hauling herself.
Yep, so these are biopsy devices, so essentially needles that we place into the breast under image guidance, and at the tip of the needle you can draw the edge of it back and it pops out and acquires a little tiny sample of the breast tissue in an area of concern or potentially in an area of cancer.
The goal behind the trip is to train doctors at St. Paul Hospital in modern breast imaging methods using those donated supplies. Another goal is to lay the groundwork for best practices to help detect and treat breast cancer in earlier stages.
They always say teach a man to fish rather than to give him a fish. So that's kind of the goal, is to go there and help their physicians learn to do what we do here so that they can continue that work and also to train each other and continue the process after we leave.
During our first sit-down interview, Dr. Ballard was just 4 days away from leaving for the week-long trip. This after it had been planned for more than a year. A journey she describes as a big moment.
There's a lot of opportunities for me to have said, oh, well, it's just not a good time. I'm not going to do it now. I'll do it when my kids are older. I'll do it when my job's less demanding. I'll do it when I have more money in the bank. I'll do it sometime later. And at some point I just said, we're not promised tomorrow. Everyone has the time that we have on earth, and we don't know how long that is. And you have to live each day for the moment that you're living in. And when you have an opportunity like this, you shouldn't pass it up. So I'm proud of myself for taking the opportunity to be brave and to do this now. And hopefully it'll be something that I continue to do in the future too.
And Nick, Renata, you could really just tell in talking with Dr. Ballard that day, just a few days before her trip, that it was just her excitement and eagerness to go on this mission was something that was truly contagious.
And now, Isabel, this was just one of a three-part series you've been working on for some time now, and Dr. Ballard actually helped us out while she was in Ethiopia, and you're going to have more about her trip. So what's coming up tomorrow night?
Yeah, so tomorrow night at 6 o'clock, Dr. Ballard, when she was overseas, essentially really became a citizen journalist. So while she was over there for the mission, she took some videos and pictures, and so I'll be bringing that story on her trip to you tomorrow night at 6 o'clock.
All right, thanks, Isabel.
Isabel, thank you so much.